Transformers, robots in the sky. Based on one of the most popular toys ever created by Hasbro back in the 1980s. I kind of remember watching the cartoon back at that time at my cousin's house when she used to babysit me. The animation was cool for its time, it had great action, and it just left me just bouncing up and down with excitement. And there was an animated movie made back in that time a few years after the cartoon's success. And nearly 2 decades later, it was only a matter of time before DreamWorks would have this made into a live-action film. Back in the winter of 2007, when I went to go to the theaters to see Billy Bob Thornton's The Astronaut Farmer, before the movie started, seeing up on the screen the first trailer for the new Transformers movie, and I was hyped. I was pumped about it. So, 4 months later, the movie hit theaters, and me and my brother went to go see it, and after that, did all the hype and expectations really pay off? Well, yes, and no. I am afraid that this is a point in his career where director Michael Bay started to expose himself for the person he truly is. The last movie that he worked on was The Island, which starred Ewan McGregor and the lovely Scarlett Johansson. The storyline just didn't make any sense, and it was Bay's first movie to bomb at the box office. What would help Michael Bay get back on top? Why, being the director of Transformers, of course, with legendary director Steven Spielberg being the producer. So the film opens with a narration by Peter Cullen, who did the voice of Optimus Prime from the original Transformers cartoon. The story goes that this big cube called the Allspark is floating through space and has the power to give different planets out in the universe life. It is the power of the Allspark that gave the world life, the world of Cybertron. The robots were living in peace until one day there was a rebellion and had them separated into 2 groups. The Decepticons and the Autobots. The Decepticons wanted death and destruction, but the Autobots are the ones that want to preserve life. So they had to race them across the universe to get the Allspark before the Decepticons could get their hands on it and continue their evil ways. The Allspark lands on Earth, and then we cut to thousands of years later showing the military out in the desert. The film cuts to the main soldier characters out in the desert in this military base. Out on the tarmac, they discover that a Decepticon is disguised as a military vehicle. It distracts the soldiers while another Decepticon is secretly trying to get the coordinates to the Allspark's location. As soon as the Decepticon out on the tarmac reveals himself, boom, 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 bam, bam, boom, boom. This movie started out very promising and delivered us exactly what we wanted, and I was hyped up about it. But then the movie cuts to a nice high school where we're introduced to our 2 other main human characters. Sam Witwicky, played by, oh my gosh, you are annoying, Shia LaBeouf. No. And Michaela, played by Megan Fox in her theatrical debut. This is what propelled her to become one of the biggest sex symbols in Hollywood today. And this is sad because it's a major wasted opportunity on her part to show her potential to act. The only thing that this motion picture will remember her for is her face and her body and nothing else. Which also brings me to the other annoying human characters. The late Bernie Mac and Anthony Anderson. These guys actually made me laugh, but here in Transformers, they were kind of out of their element. I was kind of feel like I was being insulted while watching them. They just didn't make me laugh. Which also leads me to John Turturro and Sam Witwicky's parents. Ugh. If John Turturro's character is from Sector 7, then why does he have to act like a retard? Mr. and Mrs. Witwicky are the most annoying kind of parents that I've ever seen in a film! For instance, they gave the mom a masturbation joke. A masturbation joke. I cringed every time they were on screen and tried to be charming. What is the title of this movie again? Oh yeah, Transformers! Not stupid people acting like retards! I can only give this film credit for the CGI effects. Those were the only things that were amazing about this film. Autobots and Decepticons were fighting and hitting each other and causing just havoc. Yeah, they actually felt like they had weight to them, so I like that. But, of course, you will notice that director Michael Bay has recycled scenes from his past action films and put them into this movie. For instance, the freeway chase scene is actually the same scene from Bad Boys 2, and where Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are chasing these gangsters while they're tossing cars at them. Yeah, sure. You didn't think we'd be dumb enough to notice that? The storyline does not make any sense, the human characters are just poorly written, and the Transformers, they are probably the only things that are best about this film, because that's what the movie is about, right? I will give Transformers a 4 out of 10. It was not a good film, not quite what I expected it to be, but I tried to have fun with it while it lasted. And man, oh man, the second one surely made this one look like a masterpiece. Thanks again for watching, guys. I look forward to delivering you more reviews later on. Be sure to give a like, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.